Hello everyone. In this video, I'm talking about the computer science. This subject is released in this 2026 February. So most of the student asked me about what will be the unit and how the syllabus will look like and what will be the mark and all those things. So today in this video, I'm planning that we will go through the marking criteria, how they will give you the mark and all, and we will also go through the topic inside each unit. So in total we have 4 units similar like IT, but that one in computer science is basically more related, more advanced programming compared to IT. So we will go through a little bit about the topic and how each of the topic, what does it represent, and all those things that we will go through today. So let's continue with the syllabus. So this is the subject, which is Pearson Edexcel International Advanced Level Computer Science. This subject released in September 2026. The first teaching will start it in September 2026, but they will take the first exam in June 2027. But only AS is available for June 2027 as well as January 2028. But A2 exam will be taken from June 2028. So then we will move to the next one, which is how they will give you the marking and all, which is in 2000 June 2000 in June 2027 June you will get 2 unit, which is unit 1 and unit 2. IAS January 2028 the same thing, but June 2028 onward both AS and A2 exam will be taken. And in this particular exam there is a marking for 1 to A2E for AAs, but when you complete the both AAs and A2 they will consider like A star to A star to E. So the first unit is Principle of Computer Science. So here we will get in total 6 chapters. So the first chapter is Computer Science, sorry, Computer System. In the computer system, we will learn about the architectures, the CPU component, what type of component CPU have, and then how they fetch, decode, and execute the cycle or execute the processes basically. If you guys have the computer science, I think you are familiar with this. We will also learn about a little bit advanced, which is memory hierarchy, how the operating system works, and how it process scheduling based on the different tasks and all. Then comes to data representation. So data representation is basically number basis. So that one is mostly about the calculation we will do the binary arithmetic calculation. We will understand what does it mean by floating point, two's component, and all. This is all about calculation. Then comes to networks and encryption. So in network and encryption chapter, we will look about all the type of network component like router, Wi-Fi, then gateway, modem, and all those things. Then comes to, we will look a little bit more advanced about what does it mean by IP and MAC addressing. Why difference between, like, what is the difference between IP and MAC address? We will learn about the symmetric and asymmetric encryption. So this one is this. I think you guys are familiar with symmetric and asymmetric if you do the both computer science and ICT. Then we will also look into a little bit more depth about the cipher, how the cipher algorithm works. Then comes to structuring data. Structuring data is a little bit related to database. We can also say like how we can able to create a database table by using relational database, which is primary and foreign key. We will also learn about the ERD diagram. ERD diagram is basically the relation that we understand like how we can able to create a primary and foreign key in a table. Based on that, we can create some of the diagram by using a boxes and all. So this is basically a ERD diagram. Then we will learn about the data structures, which is a list and all those things. We also learn about the abstract data type, which is a stack queue, how it's working. All is theory. Okay, unit 1 is all about theory. We will just understand how the program works in a theoretical way. Then, when it comes to the problem solving, we will learn about pseudocode here, algorithm, trace table, recursion. When it comes to searching and sorting, we will learn about linear search, binary search, sorting. We will also learn about the merge sort, bubble sort. Okay. Then comes to Boolean logic. We will started to understand what does it mean by logic basically. We will also understand the programming and all these things. Then comes to enabling technology. There we will learn about the big data, AI, machine learning, how they are connected with each other. What does it mean by LLM, and what type of ID they can, like, you guys can use to work on this type of big data, AI, machine learning. Then comes to what does it mean by API. So I think in IT, many of my lectures, I mentioned that API is a application program interface. That one is mostly uses to transfer the data from the front end to the back end. So how it works in more detail, we'll go through. And the last one is the version control, how we will manage a version control when we will. One of the example is if you guys think about Windows 10 to Windows 11, right? This is a different version. So how you can, like, when you guys will create any type of software and all, how, what type of version control we can use to maintain the process. That's it. Okay, so unit 1, you will get the total mark in exam, which is 1 hour 30 minutes, and the total time and the mark would be 80 marks, and it's a written paper. So unit 2 is mostly about practical, the programming, right? So whatever we learn in unit 1, like in unit 1, we learn about the problem solving in theoretical way. So we will transform that one in unit 2. So in unit 2 is all about programming, all about coding. You guys will get in total 3 hours and the mark will be 80. So mostly we'll use VS Code for doing the Python. And the first things we will start to learn is basically the basic Python, where we will learn what is it called by variable, what type of operator we use, what is called selection, function, and all those things. Then we will move to the data handling. Data handling is basically string, text, and then the text file, what type of text file there uses, a little bit knowledge about the SQLite databases and all. Then comes to best practice, like at the first we will started to write some basic code to understand how it works, but in advanced, like in when it comes to third topic, we will started to learn like how to create a clean code, right? Because in real world we are not working alone, we are working in a team. So it's really important to came up with something clean code so everyone can understand instead of the messy code. So how we can able to came up with a clean code, what will be the structures, what will be the rules that you have to follow. Then comes to testing and debugging. So basically after you're done with a particular program, it needs a good testing, right, to identify that your program is working perfectly. So what will be the way we follow to do the testing and debugging. Then comes to algorithm. So in unit 1, the type of algorithm we learn, we will apply that type of algorithm in unit 2 as a programming languages by using Python. We will started to create search algorithm, which is linear and the binary search that I mentioned, recursion algorithm. And we will also go through the understanding about how computational thinking, that means how computer works or how computer thinks. So that's the thing about unit 2, and this is the things about AS basically. So this, I think I already mentioned that unit 1 and unit 2 will be taken in June 2027, January 2028. So this is the thing that you have to understand when it comes to AS. Then we will move to A2. Okay, so we will continue with A2 now. So unit 3. Unit 3 is the first unit of A2 basically. Here you will also get 1 hour 30 minutes, 80 mark, and it's a written. That means it's a theoretical, all a theoretical here. So the first topic you will get, which is advanced architectures. We already learned something related to architectures before in unit 1, but here we will learn about the Harvard architectures, and we will also learn about CI, or RI. CI is a complex processing, how the processor work with the complex task and all. They have a two different type of architectures that we will go through. We will go through the pipelining. Pipelining is basically mean how we can able. So it basically process the instruction at the same time, so it improves the performance as well. It improves performance by processing multiple instruction at the same time. So this is related about pipelining. We will learn about the parallel processing. Parallel processing is about the core. Okay, so when you buy a CPU, they already mentioned in the specification that they have that particular CPU is run with 412 core, 4 core. Okay, so how the core is process the task. That's the thing that we will be working on when it comes to parallel processing. So it's a type of technique like how two or more processor or CPU core works or execute multiple tasks at a time. Then comes to embedded system. I think you are familiar with the embedded system. So embedded system is all about a machine that is only specialized in one task or specific task. So the example is washing machine or refrigerator and all those things. Then comes to network and security. Network and security we will mostly look for the OSI model, TCP IP model. So that one is basically how the data goes from the application to the router, router to the where to the receiver. That's the thing. Then we will also learn about DNS. DNS is a little bit about domain name servers. So how the domain name is connected to the IP address. Then we will go through a little bit about IoT devices. Then we will go through RSA encryption. So we already learned in Unit 1 about the symmetric and asymmetric. So this is a little bit advanced asymmetric encryption we will go through. Then we will also about the error detection. So in the network system, how they identify the error so they can able to retransmit the data again one more time. So what will be the procedure and how they do this? This is the thing that we will go through. When it comes to the programming languages, this is all about theory that I already mentioned. So we will start to learn about object-oriented programming concept related to Python, because we are all doing here is a Python. We will also learn about the functional programming, so which is related to function. Then we will also do assembly languages. Assembling languages is basically how the CPU convert the low-level languages. So basically the CPU or the computer are mostly go through the binary one. So when it comes to the assembly languages, we will be going through how it goes with the low level programming languages, which is very close to the machine code and all those things. Then comes to advanced data structure. So advanced data structure is all about linked list, which is a little bit array in JavaScript we learn in IT, or you can say in Python it called list. So linked list, how it works, how insert data in the list, all those things. Then comes to hash table, graph tree, circular queue. So this is all about related to data, advanced data structures that we started to learn. Then comes to advanced pro, pro, problem solving. So here is basically we will go through a number of algorithm. We will identify which algorithm will be more efficient for what type of problem. Like one of the example I can say about the Google Map, right? Google Map is mostly, if you think about Google Map, their main priority is the speed. So how they can came up with the shortest or the fastest way to reach to the destination within a shortest time. But if you think about the bank, right? In bank we need obviously the first step performance, as well as we need the security is also one of the another factor. So this is the things that we will look into advanced problem solving, like which type of algorithm will be suitable for what type of task and all. Then comes to emerging technologies. So that one is basically the blockchain, quantum computing, which is a little bit complex computing, and then deep learning related to AI and where it is actually professionally used in the real world. So this is about Unit 3. Then we will move to Unit 4. So in Unit 4, if we move to the Unit 4 is again the programming things that we will do. In total, you will get 3 hours and the time mark will be 80. So whatever things that we learn in Unit 3, these things we will apply here, which is OOP and the functional programming. Then we will also do some advanced data structures. That one we just did in Unit 3, right? We will just start to apply in Unit 4 by using a programming languages. Then we will also go through the advanced algorithm. We will started to work with run length encoding and all how it works. Then we also go through the data libraries. Data libraries is basically Python have some inbuilt library. So one of the example they are saying, which is NumPy array. You can also create an array by using Python, and you can also import the NumPy library in your IDE, like VS Code, that one we call IDE. But NumPy array is quite faster. So why it is quite faster, how it works, we will look into that. Then comes to Panda data analysis. So this is mostly work with the table. We will look into how it works with the table, and then we will also started to learn regular expression. We call it regex. So we use different type of symbol to search, modify, or to identify a pattern, like by using a different type of pattern. So this is all about computer science, and thank you for listening. So classes for IL Computer Science AS will be started from July 2026, and there will be two classes will be taken weekly. So if anyone wanted to join into the class, please, you guys can contact me in WhatsApp. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you for listening.